What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Halo Effect Podcast. Recording this episode live and direct from my office in my house, which is amazing. Feels so good to be in my house recording this podcast episode. I just got back from Tucson this morning, so I'm a little tired, but here I am recording this episode because it's that time of the week to record a podcast episode. So still going at it, still cranking out some episodes and figuring out, this podcast thing out and seeing, how I want to go about it, how I'm going to utilize it. If it's just going to be for fun, for business, maybe everything. I think that's what it's going to be. Anything and everything is, I try to incorporate everything that I'm doing, real estate, personal travel, all that good stuff. So I think the episodes could probably go a lot smoother, but I have like 2 cameras in front of my face right now, which is taking me time to get used to. For one, I don't know which camera to focus on. So if anybody has tips as far as what camera to look at, let me know. What I have going on right now is I'm recording from the Riverside website, and that's the platform that I'm utilizing to record this podcast, Riverside. And then I have the Sony ZV-1, which just turned off for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's been doing that for a minute. Oh, maybe because I didn't even hit record. All right. We'll make sure we do that. Perfect. So I think we're recording now on the ZV-1. But yeah, so I just got back from Tucson. I was in Tucson for the weekend. Tucson was cool. It was hot. It was dry. Went over there to check out some real estate and just check it out. One of the things that I want to do is travel the country and get familiar with other markets, what real estate is doing over there, what development plans are in those cities and towns. And, that's what I was doing out there. So I spent a couple of days out there and it was fun. It was a good time. Got to eat some food, hang out a little bit, work from Tucson, which was something I really enjoyed, actually, just being able to know that I can work from other places, So it was cool to put that into place and work from another place aside from Denver and check out some real estate. So my analysis on Tucson, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it that much. Honestly, there was cool things about Tucson. There's some good restaurants, some cool coffee shops. They have, their nice side of town too, up in the foothills, which was cool. I always like to see the bougie side of things because I'm kind of bougie. I like nice things, nice areas, nice places. I just like nice things. So it was cool to see that part of Tucson. Real estate is a lot cheaper, over there than it is here in Denver, which is good. It's refreshing, but, there's a lot of things to look at and pay attention to when you're analyzing real estate, right? It's not just taking a look at the price and saying that it's a good deal. It's simply because you or we see the price of real estate in that market as reasonable. Everybody has a different idea of what, a reasonable price for real estate is. And it just depends on a lot of factors. Are you cash flowing on the property? Is the property appreciating in value as quickly as it can over time based on the area, the neighborhood, the development within the area in that neighborhood as well? So there's a lot of factors to consider when you're buying real estate, but it was cool. I mean, I stayed at an Airbnb. It kind of looked like the hood. It kind of felt like the hood, honestly. There was some sketchy people walking around, and I know sketchy people when I see them because I grew up in the city, in the inner city of Denver. So I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking for, and it was a little sketchy, man. So, but yeah, one of the things that it made me realize was the fact that I'm very blessed to live in Denver. Denver is a really clean city, and it's a newer city, and there's a lot of good energy here. There's a lot of people in here that like to have a good time, and I like that. So, there's a reason why Denver real estate is priced where it is. The quality of life in Denver is really, it's up there. You can't get better than the quality of life in Denver. You have a lot to do. You have more than 300 days of sunshine. You have all 4 seasons. People here are healthy. They focus on physical, emotional, mental health. I feel like people here are pretty open-minded. You have the mountains. You have skiing, snowboarding, hiking, fishing, off-roading. We have sand dunes here in Colorado. So we have beer. We have a lot of beer here in Colorado for people that like beer, so you just can't beat Denver, man. There's a whole vibe in here. It's very unique. I was born in LA, I have family in LA. I have family in California. I spent winters and Christmases in LA as a kid growing up. So I know the LA vibe, you know what I mean? I feel like I always kind of carried that with me, which is cool too, because I like the West Coast. But there's definitely a cool vibe here in Denver, that is still evolving, you know what I mean? Like it's still growing. It's kind of taken on like a new identity. I feel like Denver has taken on a new identity that's different from how it used to be when I was a kid growing up here. Obviously I feel like we have the influence of a lot of people from out of town moving into Denver, especially after, 2011-ish when marijuana was legalized. But I feel like it's still fun, man. It's still cool. I like it. I like it out here. I've embraced, other people coming over. I feel like as natives, we didn't necessarily do the best job of telling people who Denver was and is, you know what I mean? But I mean, we still have that opportunity. And I think that there's a lot of movement going on in the city still with people that grew up here that are making things happen and are in the scenes that are in bigger circles, you know what I mean? And that's what I like too, the fact that I'm a shaker out here in the city making things happen, through real estate. And there's a lot of people that I know that obviously are from here, that grew up here, that have established themselves within real estate here in the city. Obviously, you have a lot of newer agents, real estate agents that come from other places, but you still have a lot of people that grew up here that are making things happen in their businesses and are in the scene, fashion, the beauty industry, real estate, fashion. I already said fashion, clothing. You have a lot. I know barbers in town that do a great job. So yeah, Denver, man, you got to appreciate Denver. There's a lot going on in Denver, but Tucson was cool. I'm headed to Orlando at the end of this week. I'm going out there for a real estate conference with the goal to meet agents and contractors and lenders from different states to be able to invest in different states as well. So I'm really on this push to invest in other areas, which is cool. Headed back to Florida for the second time in like a month. A lot of traveling lately, man. I'm low key. It's weird because I'm like kind of tired, but like I feel alive. Like I feel cool. Like I feel like I've been wanting to do stuff like this for a while, and that's just travel and just live life however I want to live it, and it's crazy, man. Because I feel like I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I'm 30 years old and I feel like I'm barely starting to live, which is crazy. But it's like, it's been this whole mindset shift within me where I'm just like focused on doing what I want to do. You know what I mean? And it feels really good. It feels amazing. I'm happy. I'm blessed to be alive. I just want to have fun. I'm treating every day like it's Sunday, honestly, in my mind. I love Sundays. I feel like Sunday is like the best day of the week. It's so chill. People are with their families. People are relaxed. You know what I mean? Like Sundays is the best day of the week. So in my mind, I'm treating every day like it's Sunday. The same approach, the same way, the same vibe, the same mindset. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I was going to make a controversial video on YouTube about this, but I don't want to be a real estate agent anymore. Hold up. I'm letting that sink in a little bit. Nope, I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't want to do real estate anymore. What I'm saying is that I don't want to be a real estate agent anymore. And what I mean by that is that this whole concept that I had in my mind about what being a real estate agent was like, who I had to be, how I had to be, like, I got caught up in the sauce a little bit, and that is going out the window, As a first generation everything, I feel like I'm a pioneer, I'm a trendsetter, I'm a leader. I came into this industry not knowing what to expect, not knowing who I had to be, not knowing even the process of buying a home or what that looked like. You know what I mean? I was selling real estate before I knew what buying a home looked like. And, I wasn't the only one. And I won't be the only one in history. Like, this is just how it is sometimes. The barrier to entry is not hard in real estate, and I wish it was. But granted, I was smart. I was educated. I went to school. I went to college. I had a degree, So I came into this industry trying to identify who it was that I wanted to be. And there was a lot going on, especially when I first started out, and then a global pandemic hit and I was scrambling, trying to figure it out, and on and on and on. And the rest is kind of history, But I'm at this point in my career now where I'm happy And I want to just be myself. Be myself, not worry about if people are going to like it or not worry about if people are going to criticize it or not. I mean, I wasn't necessarily worried about it then because I had to do what I had to do. But now I'm just like being, you know what I mean? I'm just being me. I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm okay with people rocking with it and vibing with it. And I'm okay with people not, you know? And there's so many aspects to me too. I'm complex. We're complex people. It's not just me. We all are complex people. There's different, sides to us, and, we're just complex. And, so now I'm just more doing my thing. And I was just telling a friend, I was on the phone with him this morning because I'm helping him, buy another property, which is cool. And that feels so good, helping people that you like, helping people that, are good people. Like that feels good. Like I love that. And I feel like the more we are ourselves, we just attract the people that we want to work with and that we want to vibe with and, have relationships with. So, that's essentially, I was having this conversation with him this morning, and I was just letting him know because I was out in Tucson and I recorded a little bit and I posted some things. And, typically I keep myself from posting things that make me seem like I'm flaunting or I'm flashy or I'm, coming off as somebody who's just showing off. I would honestly I would stop myself from posting these things, And when I post them, I don't mean any malice. I don't mean anything bad behind it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, that's what I like, that's what I'm about. Like, that's why I work so hard, And so I was just telling them like, man, you know what? I'm on this vibe where I don't even care anymore, man. I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna just do me. Like, so much of life, sometimes we spend worrying about shit that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And people's opinions and judgments, man, that shit does not matter, bro. Like, it does not matter. Like, nobody's going to pay my bills. Nobody's going to pay your bills. You go out and make that happen. We go out and make that happen every day. And might as well just do it being you and living the life you want to live. Like, why even subscribe to somebody else's way of thinking or opinion of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I was telling him, I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I work hard. I deserve it. I know what I like. I know who I am. I'm going to post whatever I want to post. And I saw this quote. I don't remember when it was, but essentially it said something like this, that my social media is for me. My social media is for me. I post what I like in my social media. Whereas, sometimes we're used to thinking that our social media is for other people, so other people can see our lives and stuff like that. And I posted something on social media that normally I don't post, and I posted, and I'm happy about it. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Message for this episode is just do you. You know what I mean? Like, live your life. Post what you want to post. Happiness and our internal state is more important than anything. If we're not functioning at our best, if we're not happy with who we are, with our lives, with nothing else is going to be. So why even live somebody else's life? We are the ones that are in our body, in our mind, 24/7 for years. So, and it's funny because this is something that, these are messages that I've heard from other people growing up as a kid and just my whole life. But it's like any other message, you could hear it over and over again, but until you understand it personally, like, it doesn't mean the same thing to you. Until you draw your own meaning of that experience, like, it doesn't mean the same thing. So, but yeah, I just wanted to record a quick episode as far as my experience over there in Tucson. And, it was a good time. I think these cameras are really messing me up. So I got to do something about them, or not even pay attention to them, or maybe just put it on the side. I think I'm going to just put it on the side. My goal is to get clips for social media content. So I kind of need these cameras, but they're throwing me off, and I don't like it because then I don't speak and I just stumble upon my words and I lose my train of thought. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for hopping on. I definitely need to record these episodes and post them. I mean, I record them. I just haven't been posting them, but I definitely want to get back on my grind, on my routine, and, improve upon these episodes. So whoever is listening, I know I don't have a big audience yet. Whoever is still listening, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you share this episode with somebody else. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you're thinking. And let me know what type of stuff you want to listen to. What type of stuff you want me to talk about. Still evolving. So appreciate you guys. Have a good day.